Right side, yeah.
That's yeah. I was like, where is it? Fuck. Are we live? What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's episode number 183 of My Cup of Tea. What else rhymes with tea? Can't you see? I'm coming up with these rhymes on the fleet, not the fly. Fuck.
Well, people
Bad,
won't
bad.
call
Unsubscribe. Sorry. Here's your money back.
don't do that. Please like and subscribe. Leave a
For real though.
comment.
Watch
Uh,
time, please. Just leave us in the background.
and yeah, you're certainly not the next Eminem. If you were gonna rely on that as a side hustle.
Wow. I can rhyme with
Um,
orange.
Door hinge.
I always, porridge. I always felt that did rhyme.
um, what a great Eminem interview. Anyways, yeah, we're back. Lots to talk about. We are living in a post Avatar Fire, or at least I'm living in a post Avatar Fire and Ash world because Nathan saw it Thursday night, right? Thursday.
Yep.
So Thursday night. So this can be a big review focused podcast. Actually, I think everything we're reviewing because we're reviewing the Avatar Fire and Ash movie.
Yeah.
Reviewing the Odyssey prologue and reviewing breaking down a certain trailer, a certain web crawler has leaked onto the web. Sony, it's crazy. Certainly not Alcatraz, so pretty easy to break into.
Is leak culture part of marketing now? Do you think?
For some things, not this, but some things, yeah. Not this one. There's no chance. Like the Marvel stuff has to be like. There's no chance. People in a boardroom are like, let's do 4 theatrical only trailers, and they won't.
No, that's just allowing the public to leak it. This Spider-Man situation.
You're asking about like if studios leak it themselves, type shit.
Yeah, because that was even like theorized for No Way Home, and it's funny. Like people were breaking down of it's crazy how much of that guy's computer was available in that screen for the trailer. And in the bottom, it was recorded at the end of October. So that's what. So, and also, there's also talks that people are theorizing from recent buzz of words from like people with Sony that they may be doing something at Christmas. So maybe they've finished some VFX of that trailer from 2 months ago to release around.
When did No Way Home come out?
It came out in December, and their first trailer was at the end of August.
No, I mean, are they going to do it on the anniversary of No Way Home, or are we past that?
We're past that. That would have been mid-December.
Okay.
But doing a holiday release for Christmas, and I don't know. I think people are also suggesting that they might attach it to Anaconda, which is releasing in a couple days by Sony.
That'll give, I guess, one more
person the needle.
Anaconda. Yeah, that movie looks bad, and I'm a huge Anaconda 90s fan. I'll still see it because your boy got A-list. Why not? But it doesn't look good at all. Shout out to Paul Ryan, Jack Black.
Maybe it's the trailer cut. I don't know. I think people were liking it. I think Molly from Star Wars Explained liked it.
Anaconda?
Yeah.
She saw it already? Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
She's to Atlanta. She was one of the major cities. Anyways, so do you want to talk about Spider first? How do we go about this? Spider-Man, then Odyssey, then Avatar, or reverse?
Yeah, let's do trailers first. We could talk about a few things. Let's start with Odyssey.
Let's do Odyssey because my crowd was lit during the Odyssey prologue, and I didn't know what to expect. But holy shit, that was amazing.
Tense.
That was incredible. Very tense. Like I couldn't hold I was holding my breath the entire time. Some of the most like well framed action that I've ever seen Nolan do. Like it was very tense, very gripping, very engaging. Like you were just immediately locked into Odysseus's like Trojan horse heist mission. Like when they're poking through the horse and the guy's like, God, it's like, like it's so cool. Like my dad was like, oh shit. Like it was so cool. Like
that was so intense. I was scared that there was gonna be blood on the sword and they got tipped off. But then I'm like,
yeah. He looked at the sword. He was like, "Oh, okay." I thought there'd be blood on it. I thought it was like mission over, but like he looked at it like
maybe they already had blood on it, and in that case, that man is dying.
Yeah, you're fired, buddy. One of the funniest parts though is like the horse gets there. They're at night, and then like they break down the bottom of it, and Odysseus is like climbing down the bottom. But I'm like,
I saw one shot where they hopped out and like they caught the piece of the door that fell, but I think I blinked because I was like, how the fuck did they travel that fast and land to grab that?
Yeah, and my thing was like, if you're climbing down the rope, we saw a wide shot of like all these guards positioned around like the courtyard area, like where this horse was. Like they got so lucky that the guard was like right in front of them, so you hop down and then you grab the guy and kill him, and then you get the other guys. But like, what if you're climbing down and somebody's just like waiting like I see you, buddy. Like they got so lucky that nobody was like right behind them, but movie magic, whatever.
They must have been able to peek out at some opportunity, but also thank God it was quiet, or it wasn't quiet. I guess too quiet for them.
Yeah, it was like in the middle of a city, so it was like it had like a decent like volume level that you could like easily sneak in there. It wasn't like you could hear a pin drop kind of thing. They still had to be super silent and quiet, but it was still
And my God, what a nightmare to be like stuck in that cramped horse on its side, constantly being shifted. And you gotta like you can't like make like tumbling noise inside to give yourself away. So you just gotta like hold your position for assumably like over a day, probably, because they were just lugging that horse and laying logs down to make it easier. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. And then like the best part is after this happens, the score starts to pick up. And I'm like, oh shit. Is this Ludwig again? I forget who's doing the score for this movie.
I think Ludwig's back, yeah.
I think Ludwig. Because the score was just like ramping up slowly. They get to the door and it's locked, and they have to like twist it and turn it. It's like a video game where it's like the NPC is opening the door and you have to defend the NPC character. I was really doing that on Ghost of Yote today. I had to like protect a traveler bullshit. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hate those things because you're defending it, arrows are flying, you don't know what's happening. Somebody hits the guy opening the door, and the next person has to like take charge and get the door open. It was insane. Like, and then the way like
that was so good. And it was awesome. Like that buildup was so good, and I really was not prepared for just a full army behind that door. It was just standing right there, ready. Like that was great.
That was a great. Oh, also, like before we see like the army show up, like or standing there, like we saw Odysseus grab like the torch and like the lighting, it just envelops the entire. You see bits of the entire army. It's like oh shit, like they had the entire army just like waiting there. It was an incredible sequence. And then you see John Bernthal just like he's the hype man. He's a hype man throughout the entire sequence. He's like, yeah, it was so lit, man.
Anybody tell him the story of the horse?
Yeah. I was like, somebody just dropped his ass in the Odysseus time period. It's a Punisher button in the Odysseus time period. Like his verbiage doesn't change at all. It was like, hey, like you could have told me he was talking to Daredevil when I seen him, I would have believed you. Like,
yeah.
Hey, Red, you ever heard the story of the Trojan horse? But it was great here. Like the music is ramping up. You hear the score just like going crazy, and then like just the action, and then we see I forget his name. Megman, the guy with all the armor, show up. Confirmed to be Benny Safdie.
Taller than I remember.
Yeah, we'll build a bigger bomb. So then he shows up and
well, you build a bigger Trojan. Until somebody built a bigger horse.
They got him some big ass armor. It was great. Somebody in our chat was saying like it was like Greek Darth Vader type shit.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Very funny. But yeah, it was insane. Like what a great presence. And then like we see the rest of prologue, a sizzle, and that kind of go into what we saw from the trailer we saw also that was released this morning.
That was a good trailer. And we got, but in the prologue, you get the trailer that was released. There is a shadowy covered Cyclops in the distance coming out through the cave, but in the prologue, you get a good close up of it, and that is a great design, like a deformity in a natural face where like one eye grew over sideways and the other eye's missing. It was great design for the Cyclops.
I want to get a deeper look at it because it looked like a design where there were two eyes, and then there was like there was like an eye in the middle, like a Cyclops eye that was like you said, kind of deformed, but I couldn't tell. It looked like his face had like two indents where there would be like normal eyes, but then there was like a middle eye. Where in other Cyclops designs, just like there's no indents, it's just like one single eye. But I'll have to get a deeper look at it because it looked like to me like there was like indents for some reason. But either way, indents or not, or deformity, it looked very, very interesting, very, very curious to see a bigger scale and like an HD image of the Cyclops. And the Cyclops, like I'm happy you mentioned it. That was kind of like our only. Like our
look
only
fantastical.
Yeah, exactly. Like only look at the fantastical elements of this universe. And same goes for the trailer. Trailer is like basically like this is our cast and this is the scale and this is the visuals, the production design that you're going to get. Like we get like an incredible like ship sequence. We see like outer shots of like the structure of like where they're living. We see Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, John Bernthal, Matt Damon in the forest. Like, here's our cast, here's our design, here's like the scale, the variety that you're going to be seeing. But we don't get like a sweeping adventure in this trailer.
There was, I think there was also a quick shot of I don't know the story of the Odyssey too well, but it looked like undead soldiers rising from the ground.
We do see that as well. So yeah, that was cool. That was cool. It's basically the Sea of Monsters, Nathan. So you're gonna get spoiled by
Put in the dirt.
Percy Jackson season 2.
The soil of monsters.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really I'm curious to see what they do for. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, so I can't wait to see what the what some other fantastical elements in this movie are going to be, because like the sea monsters, the sea creatures, like. We're going to get a taste of that this Wednesday for Percy Jackson. I think this is a big battle episode. But how are they going to do it in the Odyssey with the master Christopher Nolan directing that? Like, that's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, this trailer looks intense, incredible. I can't wait to see it. Like this is a top 2, top 3 movie of the year for me. Hell yeah. Hoorah.
Absolutely. Hoorah. So that's cool. I end up seeing
one question, like what are your there's a lot of discourse online about the armor. Where do you fall on the discourse with like, people don't like some of the armor, it is
inaccuracy,
inaccurate or like out of place, they say. Even if it is inaccurate, I'm fine with whatever Christopher Nolan is giving me. Like, I'm not watching this scene like the people saw the poster and saw like the back of the guy's head, and they're like, "What even is this?" Like, I know he's not being totally historically accurate, but like even this is a bit too far stretched. But I think it really works.
So funny, it works. I think stylistically looks great. I think compared to somebody had a comparison of like they photoshopped Matt Damon's armor to the more accurate time period armor, and I was like, well, that looks a little goofy, doesn't it? A bit more like rounded and like more practicality over stylism. But we're telling a fantasy epic. I don't need deep historical accuracy of the armor types. I feel like as long as I just get a compelling story, then I think that's all well and good.
Exactly. So it's all what people are going to remember. This is a fantasy keyword fantasy again, epic. So in a movie where we see Cyclops and sea creatures and the undead, then
it's like if I'm watching if I go back to watch Oppenheimer, I'm hearing people like Oppenheimer wouldn't have that pipe because it wouldn't be invented for 2 years or some shit. I don't care.
Crazy. I always say it though. I am awards pilled, and I'm curious. I already have Matt Damon in my top 5 actors for next year.
Yeah.
I have Tom Cruise number 1. I saw the Digger trailer. I didn't see the trailer in front of any movie yet, but I saw the Digger trailer last week.
Did.
And it was. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I forgot. It played in front of Avatar for me.
Oh wow! Awesome. I wish I got that. Your first time?
Yeah, I've only gone once.
Only gone once. Yeah. I wish I was waiting for it. I got Supergirl, Anaconda, Mandalorian, no sauce.
Yeah.
Odyssey.
Right.
Doomsday. I got the Doomsday one. My dad was hyped for that. He was like, "Oh wow, that was great. That was cool." I'm forgetting. I don't know if I'm missing one.
Oh wait, Primate. You cut off for me.
Oh, I had Primate, Doomsday, Supergirl, Anaconda, Mandalorian, Odyssey prologue. That might have been it.
Yeah, I had just listing off the ones I forgot to say last week. I did get Anaconda. I got Michael.
I didn't get Michael,
that was really cool in IMAX. And I got what's trailer we just said? Digger. Got Digger. I had Mando. I had the Odyssey prologue. I had Doomsday, and that might have been it.
Yeah, our trailers went for a long time, so hopefully I got everything. But I really wanted to see Digger on the big screen because that Digger trailer, like, oh my god, it looks so great. Like, this is how Tom Cruise gets his Oscar, baby. It did say a comedy of errors or a comedy of something like. So it's going to be some kind of like comedy drama. I'm kind of leaning in terms of like the genre, and I don't know how well that does for the Academy. But, I'm here for it. It's Alexander Iñárritu who did Birdman, which I love, and The Revenant, which I also love.
Yeah. Were those his last couple movies, or did he do anything else since?
He did Birdman, Revenant, and then he did something else, some Mexican movie. I forget the name of it, but I did not see it.
Some Mexican movie? Then they're Mexicans.
But yeah, he did some other movie that people liked. I remember Edgar and Josh were talking about like the cinematography of that movie that he did. But either way, the Digger movie looks great, and I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan. But yeah, for the Odyssey, I don't know if he's going to replicate the success of Oppenheimer because it's so close to Oppenheimer, which is like his magnum opus. Yeah. But like, I think you get like a best actor in there, and then like this could be like a huge tech player because like the production design looks crazy, the visuals look crazy, cinematography already looks stunning.
Do you think he's going to use CG in this?
Visual effects, he has to, right? With the Cyclops.
I mean,
like, yeah.
Well, I think the Cyclops could be filmed practically, and they could just be like, because that's the same thing he did with the bomb. Like, it's not that there's no VFX in Oppenheimer; it's that he's implementing real assets layered on top of one another, but nothing's computer generated. Nothing's built from computer.
True. Was Oppenheimer nominated for visual effects? I don't think it was, but it should have been.
I feel like it was.
I can look that up.
What would have been the winner on 2024?
Oppenheimer. Best visual effects. Yeah, Oppenheimer did not make the short list for best visual effects. What won that?
What was in
there? What year was that? Best visual effects Oscar? Was that 2024 or was that the Godzilla -1 year?
Oh yeah, I think so. 24, like the year after. So 24.
Yeah, the 2023. The Creator, Godzilla -1, Mission Impossible, Dune, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Not Dune. Kingdom Planet of the Apes. Because Dune got delayed, right? So what else was in there? I don't know. But yeah, I remember people really wanted the creator in there. Creator, shout out to your boy.
Those are stellar effects in the creator. That does look really good.
Yeah, a decent movie. Decent movie.
Up there with Dunkirk for you.
I think I like Dunkirk more than Creator. I'll give Christopher Nolan that. Yeah.
I'm also sure you haven't watched Dunkirk since 2017.
Facts. Yeah, that's probably my least watched. No, the Nolan movies I've seen once are like Tenet and Dunkirk. I've seen one time, and I guess I haven't rewatched Insomnia. That's probably another one I watched one time.
Okay.
But the rest I give like at least 2 to 3 watches on. I need to rewatch Interstellar though. That's been one I haven't rewatched in full in a long time. I know people love that movie.
Should have gone to the IMAX re-release, man. That was a great time.
I know, all those fucking IMAX 70mm IMAX images that they were tweeting out. I missed it. But now that I have A-list, I can go to that shit, bro.
You can do it. They're always on Wednesdays, inconvenient time.
Right. Survivor's on Wednesdays. Come on.
Sorry, Wednesday at 7. Get a DVR again, bitch.
I gotta pay for DVR.
Well, since we talked about it a little bit last week, but since you got to actually like watch the Doomsday teaser for Steve, what you think?
Yes, good. Yeah. I mean, it's still like I still don't agree with the decision to bring him back, or the decision because we're gonna be doing the same arguments as last week, but
well, don't do it.
No, real quick. I was listening to a podcast and they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm cool with Steve coming back. I love Steve. And I'm like, I respect that. And I think that's going to be 90% of people. The people who are complaining are people like the 10%ers who are watching everything on social media and are going to see this movie regardless. And I think most people are on the other end of me where they're just like, great, Steve's back. I'm seeing it again. Cool. I still don't think Steve is going to be like this huge box office bump, whereas like one character is going to turn the needle for a lot of people. I don't know if that's true, because the name of Avengers is already just going to drag people to the theater. What else are you going to see next Christmas? Like you're going to go see.
We could have all gotten hyped to go see Deadpool 3, but you put Wolverine in there, you made $1 billion. I hear the 2 other Spider-Men are going to be in the Spider-Man 3. $1 billion, $1.5 billion.
It's hard, right? Because it's like we don't live in a world when that didn't happen. So it's like, well, I made $1 billion because of what we just did, or steady rise. Granted, I don't think Spider-Man 3 would have made like 1.9 without those 2 additional characters. But Far From Home made didn't Far From Home make $1 billion? Like
that was the first Spidey to make $1 billion, yeah.
So it was only going to go up from there.
Because they went international, baby.
Exactly. Yeah, they went to Europe, baby.
They like the fishbowl man.
Yeah, they Jake Gyllenhaal. You put him in there, $1 billion. All I'm saying.
Shocked they didn't bring him back. That's crazy. He's just canonically dead for real.
But yeah, the trailer was solid. It was solid. Solid baby looking baby.
It's a real baby. There's you're not imposing it into the thing's arms. And even then, I'm okay with the baby in Fantastic Four.
There's a baby.
And another thing, don't do that. Don't do that to those poor effects workers. So yeah, we already talked about it. But yeah, I enjoy it. Though from the word I'm hearing of the Thor teaser, which I haven't caught yet,
looks even better. Sounds even better.
Yeah, everybody's like raving about it, especially because Thor gives like a monologue. It's like a prayer to Odin, from what I hear. And I read some of the dialogue, and I was like, my God, this is wonderful. And everyone's like, peak Thor's back. He's not funny anymore. but I am excited because the Russo's storytelling of Thor is very fantastic. I think it is my favorite that they've done with Thor ever. So I'm from the dialogue that he's giving here. It makes it sound like it could shape up to be my favorite thing in Thor's story.
people's comments make you want to, defend Love and Thunder, and I still like Love and Thunder to a degree. There are certain aspects. It hasn't like grown on me because I think I was higher on it than others when it came out.
If you were to strip a lot of the improv into like the more like emotionally focused stuff, I know. But when I think of my favorite stuff from Love and Thunder, it's the Thor and Jane relationship at the core.
And the fight on the moon was peak.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite jokes in it. Even then.
What's the joke?
Gore's in his face and he's like, call the axe. And Thor's like, I'll call the axe when you call the dentist. It's funny. Gore's mouth is busted. I can't deny that.
And I like the design of that final area that they're at in Love and Thunder, that like water eternity area. It looks really cool. But yeah, it's not one that I revisit. But yeah, I agree with Nathan completely. Like I think Thor and Infinity War in particular is really great. I don't love him in Endgame, but he does have a heartfelt scene with his mom in Endgame that I like. But I like his arc in Infinity War more, or at least his journey in Infinity War more than Endgame. And I just rewatched Infinity War more than Endgame. Endgame is just not that rewatchable for me after I saw it like 5 times in theaters. So
those rookie numbers, you'll bump those up.
Before we enter 2026, any early bets for how much you're going to see Doomsday?
250 million, baby. Doomsday. Let me gauge where I am with my joints. Well, okay. What's the last like big movie? I beat Endgame with No Way Home for 10, but that was like unprecedented levels of my
No Way Home character. 10 is crazy. I can't imagine.
What's the? I mean, I was going stupid when I was in Jersey. I saw Wakanda Forever 6 times.
No way! What?
I did.
Is it breaking news?
And I got COVID because of it. I was like, universe telling me something, but I'm not going to listen. I saw Doctor Strange.
I didn't know you saw that 6 times. Wakanda Forever. That's interesting.
There is a crazy addiction to audience energy when audiences are so lively. And where I was living, mostly like nearly sold out IMAX screenings every time with big fans, and it just energy is way different. It's very addicting, especially for my theater where it's like every blue moon to like the Oppenheimer level packed, and it's like, all right, cool. Or that takes an Avatar or an Avengers. I was also very happy that here Across the Spider-Verse was very packed for me too. I was like, thank God.
Oh my! Across the Spider-Verse, that Thursday screening, unforgettable. That shit was like lit.
That to be continued hit like a brick. No. But yeah, me going to see Doomsday, like a high bar that I'd go see it I think you'll probably catch me at least 5 screens.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go a lot too. As much as I'm complaining, like it's not my most anticipated movie of the year, not even like my top 5, but I'm hyped. I'm gonna see it a lot either way. It's coming out in December.
Yeah,
I think between that and like Robert Eggers' werewolf movie, like I'm just gonna make the theater my home. So yeah, we do a. We did last year like a movie draft on Where Heartbreak Feels Good, and I was looking at the 2026 movies, and it's very like or so early in the year. There's not a lot of movies that I can just like pinpoint. Like they're gonna be like my favorite, like the indie ones. Like Hamnet wasn't on my list. Sinners was like number 5 on my list. I was like, Sinners? I don't know. And then like I never even heard of One Battle. I think One Battle had a different title at the time. The only movie that I was like knew was going to be a hit was like No Other Choice. I was like the next Park Chan-wook movie, boom, that's up there. But like I'm excited to see the movies I haven't heard of. Like what are those going to be for 2026? But yeah,
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey, never heard of that one before. This Christopher Nolan fella.
That Homer guy from The Simpsons, right?
Right. So So yeah, Doomsday trailer, solid. Yeah, so I don't know when they're going to release the Thor trailer. Again, probably Thursday or Friday.
I was guessing. I was like, I might just play it safe because I want to see Avatar again. I might play safe to just go by Friday so I can see Thor.
Yeah, I might go Friday as well.
It's funny because this isn't me like falling for like, oh, the trailers are getting me there. I want to see Fire and Ash again. But yet at the same time, I'm like, what if I caught it a third time before my Stranger Things screening the following week? See the Doom trailer.
Nice. So yeah, so let's talk. Let's cap off on more trailers. This Brand New Day trailer.
Yeah, isn't it a brand new day?
It's always a brand new day.
I'm thinking I'm back. So yeah, I watched this. I did my. It's funny because everybody was like, it leaked again, but in higher quality, and I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, higher quality.
Yeah, higher quality. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, zoom in.
Can we talk about this again, Nathan? You mentioned it earlier on, but the way this is filmed, like this is somebody filming their computer screen. Like this person has to be caught and fired. Maybe
unless it's an inside job.
Oh yeah, unless it's an inside job. But secondly, it's like it's so baffling. Like a completed trailer that goes on like their thumb drive or whatever, and somebody just took a picture of it and leaked it. What the
completed? The VFX weren't complete, but like it's cut with the full title sequence, and I'm like, okay, so like we're eminent to this, and I'm just okay. Who? But that's what threw me off. I'm like, I could see the man's like fucking URL browser he's watching this off of. I can see his desktop icons. I'm like, this is very borderline identifiable.
Yeah, so again, he's definitely going to get caught, he or she.
It's also blurry as fuck, so I can't read the URLs.
it's blurry, but we get a sense of the tone. We see the clips. Yeah. The clips are pretty identifiable, and then the dialogue is pretty, understandable. And we hear the score. I mean, not the score, but we hear the song they play over it,
Yeah.
I walk a lonely road. No, they don't play that.
But someone should.
They should. I would love it. Somebody pay Green Day. But
get them in another Transformers.
Were they in one?
Yeah, the Revenge of the Fallen. They had 21 Guns, which is really good.
I love 21 Guns.
Me too. That's where I heard it from. I was like, word.
Look at Transformers introducing us to music.
Let's keep going. How you feel about Linkin Park? What's your favorite one? You prefer What I've Done or New Divide? What do you got?
Did they play What I've Done, New Divide? I think did they play like Iridescence? Like did they play another Linkin Park song?
I think they do have a third one. I think I just never remember because I have barely seen Dark of the Moon.
I think it was like Iridescence or something like that from Shattered Remains or whatever it's called. That one album. Anyways, but this brand new day trailer. Talk about it. What'd you think about this? This is pretty interesting. He died again
for the first time. I had to dial in because I was like, okay. Let me first I was like, let me full screen, and then second I was like, let me download this so I don't lose it forever. and then I locked in. Yeah, man, this is really cool. I know the VFX weren't done, but I see what Destin's cooking because he's doing a lot of great like classic Spidey comic poses. One of which was the Amazing Fantasy cover. I was like, oh shit, it's in the movie. That's cool.
That was rescue, like the famous rescue.
Pose. Yeah. They do like promotional posters for that for fun, but it's never been in a movie, so that's cool. This is also like really exciting because I just rewatched Shang-Chi a couple days ago. And
nice! I need to rewatch it. It's been a minute.
I was watching all of there's the choreography in multiple fights. Like it's not just the billboard fight; it's the bus. It's a lot of the martial like in the combat cage and like at the Taolo. Oh my god! I was even like a car chase in the tunnel. I was like, my god, the camera is just going for a long time. Applying this to Spider Sense is going to be insane. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Destin absolutely cooked with Shang-Chi. Once again, I'm still upset that we never got a sequel to his character before Doomsday. But man, what?
Wreckage of Time.
that TMNT ass title.
It's registered.
But yeah, I'm with you. The direction of Shang-Chi looks amazing, and yeah, certain sequences here. You can't see the visual. You can't see like the color contrast or anything, but just like it looks like we're going to be getting some crazy, interesting Spider-Man focused scenes, which adds to the like plot synopsis that I talked about last week in terms of like Peter focusing more on Spider-Man rather than Peter Parker.
Yeah, man. That's going to be really intriguing to see. I really like the down tone of Peter's experience with life. Like everything seems quite somber in his living day to day. I believe there have been recent rumors with this trailer. I think they came from this trailer leak where it looks like MJ might potentially have another love interest, maybe starting up that Peter's noticing. I think I saw that shot in the trailer, and it's like bothersome, but he can't intervene, even though he's still reading over like that message. I think it's the same message he had from the last movie where he was going to tell his friends but didn't, but it's expanded upon.
Yeah, it looks like she obviously like a silhouette from this leak, but like it looks like she was kissing somebody.
It looked like one of those like ear behind the hair behind the ear type moves. Okay. I was like, that would hurt.
That would hurt. Yeah, definitely. And it looks like not it looks like, but it was funny how everybody in the comments was like, "Please don't let it be Paul. Please don't let it be Paul."
I was seeing like some of my Spider-Man news pages like Marvel has the opportunity to do the funniest thing, and I'm like, I'll kill you. Don't do it.
Marvel editorial is trash. But yeah,
But what is funny is like they have an innate ability in these movies to take infamously bad storylines such as One More Day and then make it a whole new better thing. So
for sure. But like you said, I like this tone that we're getting here where he's very sad. He's like, depressed about, having to live like this ordinary, not even ordinary life, where this very lonesome life. Like, yeah, he's talking about making the sacrifice and he's constantly thinking about it because he can't just, be Peter Parker anymore. Even Peter Parker is very difficult. So he focuses on about saving people, trying his best to live every day saving people as Spider-Man, and we get, as you mentioned, those crazy, interesting shots. Like, and then it cuts to like the whole tank sequence. Like, it looks very intense and very fun and very cool. Like, this is a very different vibe automatically from like any of the other Spider-Man trailers. I guess No Way Home kind of had like a more like serious vibe, at least for the trailer. But like you go back and watch the Homecoming or Far From Home trailers, they're very like, hey, fun, hey, Aunt May, hey, yeah. Like this one, like
it's funny you say that, but then like you watch the Far From Home teaser and it's like everywhere I go, I see his face.
Oh, is that? I forgot that was part of the I just remember him like clapping Aunt May. It's like, yeah, we're doing this as a team. We're doing this. Yeah, come on, Happy.
Yeah, you getting my aunt? It's weird. Yeah. I don't want to talk no Fury.
So yeah, but then a lot of the Spider-Man scenes already look really, really, really cool.
Then it starts getting into the plot, and there's a sequence where Peter ends up waking up outside, no clothes, basically, hanging upside down, doesn't know how he got here, which was like. I was like, am I watching the symbiote arc? What happened?
Yeah, I was like, is this Spider-Man 2? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I was watching that and I'm like, okay, hold on. I don't think we're going symbiote because nothing's alluding to that for the rest of it. But then whoever's narrating starts going into the idea of like a spider goes through 3 different life cycles, and I was like, oh shit, biology change. Maybe he's becoming man spider. I don't know.
Sadie Sink, by the way.
Yeah, there was a different voiceover as well, but yeah, Sadie Sink as like.
There's another voiceover. I only watched it once.
Yeah, there was a male voiceover who's going into the like the biology of spiders, and that bleeds into Peter seeking out Bruce
Mark
for help.
Strong or Mark Ruffalo? That wasn't him.
I mean, maybe it's garbled a little. So I need some subtitles, frankly, sometimes, but. Yeah, it was interesting. And yeah, we got a little bit of Sadie Sink. Still don't know her function. We just know she's on a specific mission that she wants Spider-Man to stay out of. So still vague.
What I got from for a couple of things. What I got from the Peter Parker being naked, kind of not naked, but he's in straws in the alley.
Underoos.
I got like Spider-Man 2 vibes where like he couldn't effectively use his power, less so symbiote. Like you said,
it is funny. There is a shot where like he does this and nothing happens, but I just don't think the effects are in it.
Yeah, so maybe, but like it looked like then it talked about, then I think she or like the voiceover talks about like going through phases. So I think it could be a phase where it's like he loses his powers for a bit, or it's like he's weakened for a bit, and that's why he needs to see Mark or Bruce Banner to get his help about like something's happening with my spider powers.
Yeah, I had seen a rumor that pairing with these visuals, I could see this be the case. Someone had mentioned that Peter is going through a physical change. And I think at one point he develops temporary organic webbing, like Toby has.
Wow.
In this metamorphosis, and I'm like, oh, that would be interesting, just to see how far it goes. And I think if they are like doing stuff like that, I think to like make it different in that sense, I think they might go the route of him like mutating, like in the animated series when like he grew like the 6 arms and
there's no way
like that. There's not no way. I think there's
0% chance. There's 0%
chance. There's a solid 12% chance that could happen. And I think that would be visually.
I would say yes.
Well, they all got to make it like insane body horror levels, but because Sam didn't do it, and he had 3 movies.
Yeah, I mean, that just sounds really weird. But I'll give you 5%. I'll raise it to 5%.
It ain't 0.
It ain't 0. But yeah, so I like seeing Bruce Banner, and then like as we're saying, like it looks like he's like Professor Banner again here.
Yeah, the flow is so funny. Of like what when he decides to be human.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I mean, I think it could just be a nice creative decision moving forward to just step back from the She-Hulk / Endgame vibe. Is that always saw of him of like Professor Hulk? Was that like Endgame and She-Hulk? Was that it?
Yeah, so he's Professor Hulk in Endgame, and then he appears human in the Shang-Chi post credits, which gets followed up at the beginning of She-Hulk, where he has a device that hinders him into a human form by his own personal design, and if it got damaged, which it did in She-Hulk, he's in full Hulk form. So he has a technology to make him human if he chooses to be.
I think it'll be smart as we get into Doomsday and Secret Wars just to like dial it back on the Hulk, creative fix, make it so that like a more serious Hulk this time around.
Yeah, something that's and we do know like they're gonna move into this movie where Bruce is more like staying human, but then he's gonna lose control of the Hulk, and that's going to factory reset him to the dynamic that we were familiar with from the jump.
Which goes in line with what Peter's going through from this trailer, right? Where both their powers are like messing up. Like both of these like biological powers. Like because Spider Bite into Peter's DNA, and then Hulk's obviously Gamma into his own DNA. So something's going on there. There has to be maybe some kind of connection. But also going back to Sadie Sink, the big mystery of the hour. All we see of her is like she's like covered in black, basically, in this entire trailer.
I'm gonna comb through it off screen.
Okay, like she's covered in black, and she says the lines that had kind of been leaked, but I think it kind of works better here. Where it's like, you better stay away, Peter, or your name or Peter Parker isn't going to be the only thing that people forget or remember. I forget how it goes, but like it basically goes in line that like she knows about like his identity, and she shouldn't because of the spell. So what's going on here? What is happening? Is she from another universe? That's why, or is she some kind of magic going on here? We don't know. But yeah, even in the trailer, she's like this leaked trailer. Even then, she's covered in black. She has most of the voiceover, and yeah, I don't know what her deal is, but she seemed to be beating him up. So, but maybe she's beating him up during his weekend stay. Because come on, Spider-Man, you better stand up.
Maybe.
But yeah, besides that, the movie cuts to like what we've seen from the production so far. The tank fight, we see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Some very cool perspective shots during that whole chase sequence. We get a snippet of Michael Mando smiling like, "Yeah, I'm back, bitches."
Yeah, good marketing choice.
He didn't say that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we see fucking Jared Leto saying it's time to party.
It's time to. I'm not even say it. Let the meme die. I don't need it. Fuck it. I'll take Venom back.
What are you talking about?
But yeah, you're right. It's something to do with Spider-Man, I think. Tastes like fucking ash on my tongue.
I love I love your attitude whenever we talk about that. It's
every single time.
You see anything new from your rewatch?
Yeah. Oh, I think was that a secret? Okay. Like when Peter's waking up, it looks like there's a shot where like I don't know if he's like pulling. This might be like he's awakening from a web cocoon, which is a comic thing. It looks like he's like there's a point of view where he's pulling it apart, which like okay, I've been saying the fucking spider arms raise that shit above 5%.
Okay, 7, bitch. You happy?
And it seems to be in front of like a reflection that's very muddled, very like hard to see through. Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, we combed through a lot of the like action shots, but then at the end of the trailer, like every Marvel trailer has to have a big pop. We see him teaming up with the one and only Punisher. We see one or two lines from Jonathan Bernthal being like, watch your ass. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No, but he did. Well, it's interesting because immediately appears like, Frank, what are you doing here? Establishing a connection, and Frank's like, saving your ass. What's it look like?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't far off. Yeah,
and he says like appears as a final thing to him, but I can't make out what it says.
He gives him a wedgie.
I think he just like calls him frustrating. Yeah, he said, "God, you're so frustrating," and he's cocking the gun again. Pretty good. July 31st, exclusively in theaters, baby.
That's cool. I mean, it looks so finished. I'm shocked they didn't release it in time for Avatar, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, trust the process and the event. But again, maybe it is like Sony's like, we're gonna put it on our movie, which they do. They do that.
They do, but it's also going to be in front of Avatar if they can squeeze it in. Maybe not.
That's maybe they don't want like the double Marvel bill.
Because like if Sony sent this trailer in, can theaters just put it in front of Avatar? Does it work like that, or there's certain like an Avatar package they have to work with?
I think it's usually trailer packs, but I think I don't know if they also update trailer packs as well, so it could end up playing later in the theatrical run.
Yes.
But I also like the fact that like my screening didn't get Supergirl and yours did. They could be like picking and choosing what trailers can fill the slot within the same time frame of having Odyssey prologue and whatnot for timing. So maybe they were like, well, okay, if it's already a crowded room, maybe we'll just let Avengers do their thing and we'll get to our marketing as we do.
Exactly. But yeah, anything else on Brand New Day? $2 billion.
I think it's 1.1. I think it will pass.
Your mic cut out.
Oh, hello. I don't think it's going to make anywhere near No Way Home. As I said, Endgame will never hit Infinity War. But
it's sorry to interrupt, but like we talked about it last time. No Way Home made 1.9 without China. If this movie is following No Way Home hype and has China, it could like match it. Like it could get there. It's like
I think with also like the combination of marketing. Here's a movie with Spider-Man and Hulk in it at the forefront, which they've had many a story together. But also, I feel like when people think like who are like the big faces of Marvel, Spider-Man and Hulk are like the top 2 or top 5.
Top 4 easily. Yeah, it's Spider-Man. Yeah. Like Mount Rushmore is like Spider-Man. Yeah, maybe
before
Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine.
I would say so. Yeah, that was like before the MCU popularized Iron Man and Captain America to the levels they are now. It was absolutely those 3 were the faces of Marvel for so long, especially through the 2000s.
Yeah, it's hard to put Iron Man and Cap like in Mount Rushmore because like I'm always thinking from a like non-MCU lens, like just like but now like everybody in the world knows who Iron Man and Cap are. Everybody in the world. So yeah. They're definitely top 5 for sure. Iron Man, Cap, Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine in that whatever order you want. But yeah, Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine are just like like they're not making an Iron Man game, right? There's like a million Wolverine games. Wolverine PS5 is like people are amped for that next year. Like so, and Hulk is Hulk. So.
People have there's a big cult following for the X-Men Origins video game because of its fun gameplay for a lot of people.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. That's cool. So things like that. I played a lot of fun Hulk games in my time, that's for sure.
Me too. I remember I bought Iron Man 1 thinking it was a free roam game, and it wasn't. I was pissed.
Damn.
It was like bullshit.
Might I recommend buying a Lego Marvel Superheroes where you could fly around New York as Iron Man, and you could even fly up into the sky? Fucking shield helicarrier, get up there.
I did.
Fun times.
What are you sponsored at?
Yes, today's sponsor, Lego Marvel Heroes. You looking for a game that challenges your building skills?
Came out 10 years ago or some shit.
And I'll do it again.
I did like that game. I never like played it properly though. Like it's a game I played the demo for, and it was like really cool. But Lego Batman next year looks really really cool. So,
oh yeah,
I wait to play that one. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, good old Spider-Man. I can't wait to see this trailer in HD in like 3 days, and we waste our time.
Yeah, we can talk about it again, baby, because that's what we do on this podcast.
All right. But Evan, we talked about trailers, but you know what comes after trailers?
The horrible AMC ad.
Yeah, I was gonna say the dancing through cars and the cold.
What are you doing? No, wait. Okay, before we talk about AWA, this trailer, this Coke thing, whatever it is, it has to stop. Like I refuse to believe there was more than one person in that AMC boardroom who was like, "Yep, that's it. That's cool." It's so lame. It's bad.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I know it's 30 seconds, but it feels like a minute.
It feels so long. It's like, ooh, it's like, oh, it's bad. The dancing.
It's funny.
Bad.
It's funny because I'm watching. Like, what are we referencing? Are we referencing Step Up, and then Fast and Furious, and then any rom-com ever? And it's like, yeah, the movies, Coke, go get one. You don't have time to go to the lobby now because we're starting, but
yeah, you're fucked.
You had your chance. Yeah. Should have got it when we played our AI Coke ad at the beginning.
God. Yeah. It's so fucking bad. I can't stand it, man. Whatever.
And as much as I like the novelty of Nicole Kidman ad, I am glad it's been shaved down, but I still chuckle every time when she's like, "We go someplace new," and I see Jurassic World every time.
Yeah, like the Nicole Kidman stuff, I don't have any problem with, especially now that it's shaved down. But yeah, like someplace we haven't been before. Like, why are we watching 2015 Jurassic World and 2017 Wonder Woman?
And I know they have other options. I've seen different like fill-ins and like there's even like alternate ones where she's like, when I was a little girl, movies where I came to feel alive, and then that's it. And they did that once, and I saw E.T. on the screen. That was the only clip, and I was like, "This is mine. Play this forever."
Yeah, I've seen like the La La Land one, the Creed one, but just like, we're deep in. We're halfway through the 2020s. Like, show something like from Oppenheimer or Avatar: Way of Water, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Like
they did for a time. There was Way of Water clips. I remember seeing Kingdom and Planet of the Apes for a second.
Oh wow, I didn't Kingdom of the Apes. Shit.
Yeah, I saw this a few times. But yeah, it's a weird, just like how many versions are there that were just set out to just like random pick number 7, play that one?
I don't get it. Maybe that's West Coast. Maybe there's East Coast versions of the Coquito Net.
Maybe.
But yeah, after the trailers, we get the freaking movie.
IMAX countdown. That's right. What did you think of the Mando countdown? Did you get it?
Cool. I got it. It was.
What do you think the extended Mando trailer?
I was like, is it extended that he's talking to?
You can't escape. It's Ahsoka season 4, Evan. What do you think? Fuck. You wanted Acolyte season 2, you little bitch, and now you're getting season 7 of Mando. And guess what? Gideon's a cyborg now. Get fucked.
Don't give Fabs ideas. The Mando trailer was okay. Whatever, it's fine. There's a lot of Mando action.
I'm like solid action, but it's just so close. nothing feels spaced out. Everything is like, all right, we're in the fucking, which is so funny because remember we were talking last week at Welcome to Derry, and I saw the behind the scenes of like how small that set looks, but because it's fog, they can make it look like infinite. And like, sure. I'm in an arena that feels small.
Yeah, like okay, we'll see what happens. Anyway. But oh damn, that's an awesome background. Oh, I love this. Avatar, Fire, and Ash, baby. Let me start off here, man. Let me start off here. I had a absolutely wonderful time with Avatar, Fire, and Ash. I think my immediate reaction from leaving the theater. Oh, first of all, my brother and my dad say this is easily their favorite Avatar movie. Like they said easily. I was more on the edge because the movie, unlike Way of Water, this movie ends and it just ends. Like Way of Water ends, and I'm just like, oh, it's an emotional gut punch, like tear-worthy ending. This one didn't have that. It's not an emotional, like there's not like a deeply emotional scene in this one, or like a deeply emotional climax in this one. I still say it's leagues better than Avatar 1 by a large margin.
I think we'll be saying that for all these.
for all these, yeah. I just gotta say that because again, I can't believe how much of a fan I am of these past two movies when I did not like Avatar 1 at all. Like I did not like it.
I like Avatar 1. I do.
Yeah.
I love these two other movies.
Yeah, I love these two movies. Like it's crazy how much I love these movies. By the way, 3 hours. James Cameron does something to the brain. These 3 hours did not feel like 3 hours at all. Whenever I'm in these movies, I feel like just plant me in the seat for the whole day. I would watch a 10-hour, Pandora cut. I'm there.
Hindsight of knowing like when each scene takes place in the runtime is going to make this comment sound funny, but I was watching and we were breaking. When Jake was capturing, we were breaking out. I was like, "This is an interesting climax," and then the movie keeps going. And when it introduces the next stuff, I'm like, "Oh, fuck it, let's go this climax." And then
let's go.
We do it again, and every time I'm hooked. So props.
I totally feel that. But yeah. So like, I think my immediate reaction was like, this isn't as emotional as Way of Water, but I think this movie has like the best individual character scenes and character moments in the franchise so far. Like there's a couple of scenes that I can just pinpoint like, man, this like really engaging, really rocked my world. And I love certain scenes. Like I would just say in terms of like theater experience, one of my favorite theater experiences was seeing this movie, minus the fucking baby in the movie. Granted, I had a baby, which I don't know why you bring a baby to a 3 hour and 15-minute Avatar movie, but they did. But luckily, the baby didn't like ruin any scene, but especially the spider scene with Neytiri and Jake. Holy shit!
I'm gonna get into that.
The way the audience, and this is what movie magic is. You can't replicate this shit at home, Ted Sarandos. You can't. But the way Jake is like struggling with the knife, and he says like, like I love you, Dad, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then like the way Jake does like zoom, and you hear the sound, the audience like audibly gasp. Like I can't wait to rewatch this movie again because like the way the audience is just like. Like the whole audience, and usually I'm like sitting there, like there's no way he does it, but I'm locked in. Like I don't know, Jake is like at a deep point right now. Like I don't know where he's gonna go, dog.
I'm on the third movie. There's a lot of runtime here that could do anything,
right?
I'm also like I'm also watching from the like new perspective that James is like, I don't know, this series could stop on this one. I don't know, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I don't know what's possible anymore.
It was crazy, but yeah, like he doesn't end up doing it, but like just that individual scene. We'll talk more about it later, but like that individual scene is one of my favorites from the entire franchise. I think it was just glorious. Great acting from Zoe and Jake and Sam Worthington. I'm still unfortunately not a fan of Spider's acting in these movies. It's hard. It's hard, and I'm not usually one to like pinpoint bad acting. I talked about this with like Stranger Things, where it's just like, oh, homeboy can't act, or whatever. I'm just like, it's whatever. They're kids. They're young adults. But it did seem noticeable in this movie a little bit.
Okay, I think it may, just my personal perspective, I think it comes down to the character archetype he plays. Like I feel like he has a similar energy to like when you see like a surfer guy who constantly grew up like around the water, and that's just like his passion, so that's like his main vibe. But applied to the jungle here. I especially got that when he was doing a lot of water sequences. I was like, yes, man's like surfing. Like that's just the way I read him, but that he also like has a deep level of care for everybody as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I came out of Way of Water not a big Spider fan. We get more Spider in this one,
which this is another instance where I'm in the theater and I'm thinking of you, thinking, how is Evan going to feel about his favorite character Spider being so much more prominent?
Yeah, he's much more prominent here, but I think he fits. I think he fits very well into the narrative. I think I'm in a minority. I don't know how people are feeling about it, but like I didn't mind the Spider and what's the sister's name? The daughter,
Kiri.
Kiri, yeah. I didn't mind the Spider and Kiri relationship, if there is one. I don't know.
This was a natural progression for me from Way of Water. This is what I was anticipating to lead to. Okay. And getting the little hint of it to like there being a kiss. I was like, that's sweet. Nor in the back of my brain, that is older Sigourney Weaver with this young man. I'm like, okay. In the context of the story, I really like my brain is just like, how was this filmed? But
anyway. Oh God, how was this?
Fine, you could have stand-ins. It's like, it's fine.
Well, I mean, but I think it works for me. I think that really works for me. But yeah, like the way, and this was the best part of Way of Water was like the evolving family dynamics and how natural it felt. And everybody's been talking about how this is a natural sequel to Way of Water, part 2, whatever. And I think the way the family dynamics evolve in this one, following grief, pain, emotional turmoil, I think James Cameron really nailed what all these characters are really going through, like the pain they're feeling. Neytiri is literally physically in pain for the entire first act of this movie as she's dealing with grief, but then she's also dealing with nearly dying and not being in contact with her family. So I think the emotional basically at the start of the movie really worked for me. And oh my gosh, one thing to sell me on a movie, there's two things. Have a sexy villain, which awesome. We got that with Varang. She is incredible, best part of the movie. But also, my boy Quaritch. I just I love in fiction whenever the hero and villains have to work together, like begrudgingly. And we get that a couple of times. And I know some people were annoyed by it, but I liked it every single time. Whenever Jake and Quaritch got to be like, okay, you found me, untie me, like we did it, cool, we rescued our family. But then at the end of the movie, it's like they also box and then like, hey, this is awkward. Like I love that shit, man. I love it.
It's so great, and it gives me the amount of times it happens gives me the hope of like, oh, we're gonna get that arc for sure. Like that he's gonna eventually see, I think, and that's exciting. That prospect.
Yeah, full spoilers. I'm gonna cut to the very end. People have been saying like, it's okay to end this movie with Avatar 3. I completely disagree. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But like I'm shocked where they ended Quaritch's story. Like it's not like a closed book thing. He kind of falls.
It's not like him getting dragged on the rock and then we'll see what it comes to that next time. This was like I think it's purposely left ambiguous because I think wherever he ends up when we see him again is going to be a great inciting start to the next chapter.
I totally agree. My instant main theory was that like he obviously survives, but he's like burned. Like he has like burn or scars because he falls into the fire, and yeah, the fire's on top of the water, but like he's still going to get burned. And it could be like an interesting scar as he regroups, not with the military, but he regroups with Varang and the Ash people as they plan their next attack. Because she survives, which I'm so happy about.
Yeah, that's very good. I'm excited for the prospect of one day Quaritch finally making a connection to Awa with his braid.
Whoa!
I think that's going to be a very like mind-altering time.
Yeah, I can see that in the next trailer. Like in a trailer for Avatar 4, you see him like unbucket and it's just like, oh shit! Like this guy's finally going to be able to see. Oh, and that's an interesting topic to discuss as well in regards to, which I think was a phenomenal arc for Jake Sully, who I went all year thinking he was going to die, and I'm glad he didn't. Because as the movie progressed, I'm like, man, like I can see him dying, but I really don't want it to happen. And I'm glad he didn't. I still think, my main complaint with like the conspiracy theories that Jake was going to die was that like, who can carry 4 and 5? Like, granted, Zoe can, but like, I need Jake here. But either way, what I was gonna say is, I like that at the beginning of this movie, Jake Sully is all about, prayers couldn't save our son. Awa can't save our son. I'm not going to bring a knife to a gunfight. Like, I'm former military. We need to use these former weapons against them. And that was against what the Water Tribe wanted. And it was against what Neytiri wanted too, when he gifted her the RPG arrow. But I do like when Jake is captured, and basically whenever he's captured or like pushed to the brink, the first thing he says to Quaritch is like, you got to lock in. You got to see. I need you to see. Like from a guy who isn't that religious when it comes to like protecting his family or whatever, but James is telling us like deep down inside, Jake actually is really fundamentally ingrained within this culture and ingrained with this like religious essence in Awa, where he's telling Quaritch every time they see each other, like, man, you got to believe, you got to see.
Yeah.
He's basically like Santa Claus in Polar Express. Like, you got to see to believe, my guy. Like, come on, lock in. Like, I find that very interesting. Like, his juggling ideological nature in this movie.
Oh, absolutely. There's an amazing level of multiple characters, specifically Jake and Neytiri, of like the course of action of losing faith and depending on it. Back and forth. And yeah, some of my favorite stuff as well with Jake is just how often he is trusting in the idea of Quaritch getting there in his mindset, because like I remember like they get to the point where like both their kids are captured, and then all of them are captured, but then Kiri is able to break them all out. And I was stunned while everybody was running because Quaritch was running alongside him. I was like, "Oh, you freed him! Like you kept your word and trust with that." And then they went all the way until they're both sitting like to the point of exhaustion of like who's going to kill each other first. But then they both willingly fall out, and then getting that different ideal. And then when it looks like the Fire Tribe are coming back, and then Quaritch realizes it's Jake's people, he dips immediately because he knows he can't be here. But Jake also immediately like calling like everybody like hold back, especially in the climax. He's like, "Hey, don't kill him."
That was interesting. Yeah,
that was interesting. Even earlier in the middle when Jake is about to be executed, he's still speaking to Quaritch, just like, "I'm not asking you to freedom. I'm asking you to see the good in this place." To the end.
To the end, because at that moment he doesn't know that Neytiri's on her way. He doesn't know they're about to be saved. He is facing his like imminent death, and like you said, to the end, he is like preaching to Quaritch on some like Jesus how to get nailed to the cross type shit. Like, yo, like
there's a great moment when they're in the cell and Quaritch effectively is like saying like how he's doing this out of like revenge, you know, like a debt owed and whatnot. And Jake's like, "Those are memories of a dead man. You're free of those." Like, or to that extent. Yeah, I'm like, "Oh my God, James."
That's also one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. Yeah, like when he's like getting the brass tacks about like, "Dude, you are not Quaritch. Quaritch died. You like the minute you became like an avatar, basically, like a Na'vi, like you are different. Like those are the memories of a dead man. You have the ability to see. You can change, basically." Which I thought, again, it's just like such a phenomenal character decision for a guy that is like built from like a military background to have like this personal connection to Quaritch, to be able to even say this and believe in it. But also Quaritch is indirectly responsible for your son dying. And to have your follow-up film not have Jake seething with anger whenever he sees Quaritch, and to leave that to like Neytiri's kind of storyline, I thought that was very smart by James, because it's easy to see like, hey, both parents are grieving, both parents are angry, but I thought it was very smart to have two different responses to loss, to that pain, where, you know, and it kind of makes sense given Jake's, you know, again, military background. He's like the father. He has to carry the burden in his head, at least. So he's kind of like, you know, holding it in, not being burdened by hate and anger. But yeah, just a lot of his scenes with Quaritch is just like truly believing in Awa, truly believing in the seeds, the ways of the earth here was incredibly engaging for me. Like I was hooked on every single word that Jake was saying in this movie.
Absolutely. And like I think it's so obvious in a good way through the imagery that Quaritch is on a path to similar to like what Jake went through, where he was like the military man who was like infiltrating, but then he, you know, fell in love with the world. Like Quaritch, as much as he's like, "I'm doing this all for the mission," like he's actually like going to the traditions of the paint with the Ash tribe, and like he's very romantically involved with the leader of that tribe. Like I think he genuinely is like, you know, pot kettle and whatnot.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So before we get into his relationship with Varang, I think his relationship to the military, at least I'll talk about first, where we see him, regardless of his words being like, "I am for the mission. I am here to bring in Jake Sully. What's going to be next on our press briefing?" Like he is coming to all the briefing, but whenever he starts to do that throughout the movie, he goes from wearing his like signature military vest to wearing the customs and the colors of the Ash people, which catches everybody off guard. But then also beyond that, the people, they're getting caught off guard. They're also like basically not even quietly letting him go, like saying like, hey, you're not involved in this meeting. I call the shots. Hey, ignore him. Kill Jake Sully. And the guy was like, wait, don't do that because we need Jake and Spider. And Spider's there. And the guy's like, she's like, disobey Quaritch. I'm the commanding officer here. So it was kind of like two dueling things there. And I think that one lady survives because she says like abandoned ship at the end of the movie. So I think the one lady who was like calling the shots is still out there. She might still be alive. But I think because the movie is introducing so much hostility, so much back and forth between Quaritch and the people he used to follow orders with, I think now in a scenario where he is presumed dead, he can freely work with the Ash people and freely pursue his own agendas because he hasn't been able to. He's been following his own mission and priorities, and it's clear to everybody that he doesn't want to. It just, or at least he's having conflict in it. So it's very interesting that. But yeah, and then his relationship with Varang, do you see it as, there's so many layers to this, right? Like they have sex, but is there like romantic? Is it romantic? Like, is there like actual romantic feelings in this? I don't even know on that point. What do you think?
Part of me wants to say no on the initial, but I feel like with more introspective scenes in a follow-up that it could be explored more. Like Varang clearly has a very set mission, and I think she likes how much accessibility that Quaritch is giving her, but I don't know to what degree she's going to be emotionally involved with him until we see her again. Quaritch, however, I think is like slowly falling into that. I don't think he's like under any like mind control from the essence that one time. I think that's worn off. I think he's like entered in with like this is for the good of the mission, but with how we see like little moments where like he goes like to a couple of the natives in that tribe around the fire and he's like drinking with them. Seems like everything's having a good time. He's doing the traditional paint instead of his normal military gear. I think it's the slow drip of one look in the reflection in the river away from realizing, oh wait, okay, am I losing sight of the mission or am I growing into something more?
That's going to be an interesting thing to follow because I'm with you. I'm like, I don't think it was like extremely romantic, but I think he is obviously like sexually turned on by Varang, for lack of better words. He's definitely like impressed by her, but I think it's also like impressiveness because one of my favorite scenes is when he's like scoping them with a sniper rifle. She's just like waving, like she is so perceptive. She's so driven by. She's so driven by anger and by like the scars of her own past as well. I thought made her a very interesting villain, but also somebody that can be pretty compatible with Quaritch, who like for Varang, part of her identity has already died. They're living in the husk of the tree. Their home has died. Fire has consumed their livelihood, literally. And they are moving past it, driven by vengeance, driven by anger, driven by hatred. When Jake says, like, you can't be driven by hate, whatever he says at the beginning of the movie to Neytiri, this is kind of what has happened to Varang, but Varang didn't have a Jake to be like, hold it back. Like, she had just totally succumbed to like this anger and this pain, and almost a Pennywise gleeful extent where she's like gleefully performing these acts. And even her people are like, when she shoots one of her lieutenants with a flaming arrow, and he's just like full Mad Max on Jake at the beginning of the movie, which was crazy. And I think that appeals to Quaritch, who has also lost a part of himself. His human form died. So he's living this like second chance at life, and it just makes their relationship so like sexually charged, but also incredibly like engaging. And I'm curious to see like more of her perspective and more from what she thinks of Quaritch as the franchise moves on. But in this movie alone, I wanted more of her. I thought she was just excellent. She chewed up the scenery in every single thing. She was so she had like this delicious curiosity to her.
Yeah.
In regards to like the weapons and like just meeting new people, and it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, man, I like that a lot, especially like her desire for the power of the weapons. Like when she has the kids captured, she's like, "Show me how to make thunder with the gun," but it's empty. Like he can't, but doesn't understand like the functionality. Or like later, like during one of the montages, Quaritch gives her a flamethrower, which is like the ultimate power of her tribe's religion in her hands at will, and she's gleeful about it. Quaritch is watching, just like in like that hell yeah.
Like, okay, but, yeah, okay.
Quaritch, by the way, I think got the most laughs of my screening.
Every time he was on comedic demon time in this movie. Yeah, like
he was.
On the second movie, he was more so like driven, like straight to the point. We're there, the mission, whatever. This third one, man, he has like comedy gold. It was amazing. Like again, one of my favorite lines is like, "Well, this is awkward." Like it's just like so many great lines.
That tent, by the way, that tent scene he has is like 5 zingers alone. She's like getting real intimate, and he's like, "Sounds like a fun weekend." Keeps going. It's like, oh my god, dude.
I love that scene. James came out recently, and I think he said like his editors wanted him to like cut it in half or something, or he got some notes like to cut it in half, and he was just like F off. Like, no, there's no way.
We're in that a long minute, and I'm like, all right,
yeah, I'm down for it, and like I love how we like she like invited him back in. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. This is James Cameron cinema right here.
It really is.
I loved it.
There's a lot of a great expansion with the Water Tribe as well, and just like the functionality within that. Like I had when I got out of the movie, I had described this affectionately when I said this. Fire and Ash kind of feels like I'm going through Way of Water on New Game Plus in a way.
Yeah. Where like New Game Plus, but like with a different journey. Yeah. Like
different journey, even if you end up in like similar situations. Like the water climax where we're taking out the fishing boats. I'm like watching them like, oh, we're like having them taken out easily because we've been in this situation before, and like we're hitting all the weak spots, and like it was going good for a while, and I was at a point where I was like, okay, I think we just got it, and like we're gonna get like some more narrative stuff with the Ash people, but like I think we got this on lock, and then shit started to go sideways, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, the Fire and Ash people came in with a huge cavalry. But I'm with you. I thought, that kind of goes into what people have been complaining about as well, like this being like a retread, or this just being not a different Way of Water. But I don't know, man, because I think while that is true, and I think the third act is like where it's most evident, where it's like I still like the third act of Way of Water more. I think it's more like the whole ship sequence, I think, is better than the Quaritch and Jake fight part 2 on this one. Just because of the resolution and the build up to it all. Like, and 2 is like, okay, let's box. Like, it was really cool. This one, like, you felt it coming throughout the entire movie, even with them having like evened out throughout the movie. But the visuals also in this one are really, really cool. The fire, like the beam in the background was really excellent. But it did feel samey but I was
Yeah.
also hooked either way too. Like I
No,
wasn't
yeah.
complaining about it either, so it's hard.
No, it's great in the factor of the characters have more experience and are better prepared for these situations, especially the kids as well. I mean, big standout that like of our main crew, there's no casualties aside from the water tribes. Kate Winslet's character, which is
I keep forgetting that Kate Winslet. Her accent is very good in this movie, in this franchise.
It is, and that was a great scene that she shared with Neytiri. I think their feuding, budding friendship was very well established to this emotional pinnacle of delivering the baby, which Neytiri then has to carry through the climax of being a hostage. Very intense.
Yeah.
But
James has always nailed like portraying motherhood with such strength in all his movies. Again, I think T2 is one of my favorite movies of all time, and the way they do, blanking on her name,
Sarah Connor.
The way they do Sarah Connor in that movie is just like peak character journey, like peak. I love her so much, and I can see that through Neytiri in all of these movies. Somebody on Twitter said like, is Neytiri James' like single best character in any of his franchise? I'm like, you can make a good argument for that.
There's been a consistent time where I'll enter in a few moments where I get worried for a second that I'm like, oh no, is Neytiri just going to be like relegated to like this grieving mother who's just kind of maybe backburnered to the greater plot? But then she always has such deep involvement throughout that really like fleshes out the full journey of what she's going through, and it always delivers, which I'm always happy to see.
I agree.
In the comparison of like more experience with this, we were talking about like the climax with Quaritch, both these movies. It's really interesting watching the back and forth in Way of Water, because it's ultimately like threatening between Jade and Quaritch, threatening each other's children, and seeing like who's able to break first. If Quaritch even actually truly cares about Spider, but then we realize he does, and it's like this very intense level of chess between them, versus when I'm watching the climax here with everything that they've been establishing, because I know Quaritch genuinely cares about Spider, even if his actions are against the people that Spider cares about. You watch and it makes you like, and you also see elements where like Spider is not for anything that Quaritch is fighting for, but he also does want his real dad that he didn't get to know.
He does, yeah.
And with all that, I'm watching to the climax, and I'm there, and I'm like, I want Quaritch to switch sides. I want him to see what Jake sees.
Me too, which makes the whole that leap of faith, not even a leap of faith, like a suicide leap, makes it so much more startling. Because you do want him. I'm 1000% with you. Like you do want him to connect. You do want him to somehow get with like Spider and understand the deeper causes and meanings of this still mysterious world. And yeah, like I completely agree with like the comparisons to Way of Water as well. Whereas like this movie just makes it so much more engaging as well, because some people are comparing it to like Empire and Return of the Jedi. Some people are calling this Empire, some people are calling this Return of the Jedi. I'm leaning on the Return of the Jedi aspect of it all, because especially like you mentioned, they are much more prepared this time around. And in A New Hope, they were like struggling against the Death Star. They got lucky there with Luke. This time around, Death Star 2 comes around. They're more prepared. They just fall into a trap. And in this one, they're more prepared. They have an early victory. It's just that they don't know how to properly deal with the Ash people reinforcement and what that brought to everything. Because that kind of really shifted the game. But yeah, again, I understand the complaint. I'm not going to like fault people for having those like repetitive complaints, but I think the repetition is both meaningful to a degree, and the way they evolved past what happened in Way of Water, for me, was still engaging and very immersive and interesting. I really liked that. And along that same vein, actually, before I go into, because I want to talk about like his name Lowak, the youngest, the eldest son now.
Yeah.
I want to get into that story in a second, but back to Neytiri. I was with you early on as well. Again, I was like, are they just gonna have her being like, depressed? Rightfully so, given what happened to her at the end of the second movie. Are they gonna have her depressed the entire time? But I love her arc in this movie and her rescue sequence. Man, again, this is what cinema is made for. Like when she like bends backwards when she's getting chased by Farang, cinema peak, great, awesome.
Man.
The way she like effortlessly sneaks into camp and just like single-handedly saves Jake is just an incredible rescue sequence. Into again the phenomenal Jake, Neytiri, and Spider scene that I just love so much. But yeah, like another repetitive thing that people had a problem with was that like we see Lowak go on his own to help out what's it called? Payakan, who has been officially in this movie ousted from the Water Tribe because he is causing too much basically anarchy throughout the tribal land. He's drawing, from Drake's perspective, he's drawing too much attention to them. But from like the Payakan's own council, the own whale council, they kind of kicked him out of there too because he's too full of like anger, revenge. He's causing too much anarchy, and we got to let him go off on his own. And that was just a very interesting. People called it repetitive when he went to go search for Payakan because kind of like what we had in the second movie when they were bonding. But I liked it this time around because it felt like a natural evolution of Lowak and Payakan's relationship, and it works even better because Lowak just lost his own brother, and throughout the movie he's saying like, I can't lose Spider, who's like now my new surrogate brother, and I can't lose Payakan, who's also like my brother in arms as well. I can't lose these people. So Lowak's arc is about like reconnecting himself and reconnecting like the tribal alliances. It was really informative, really cool.
It really is, and it creates, I think, even a deeper connection that Lowak feels because Payakan ends up finding his own brother, who is severely mutilated from the attacks of the fishermen. And,
good question. We see Payakan's brother like missing like an eye, right? Was that shown in the sequence in this movie when we see them hunting down like a whale creature? Was that the same character just like a few scenes later? Or was
I don't think so because they explicitly also show after the whalers do that the calf is alone crying for the mother. So
the first time we see Payakan's brother was like the first time we saw him.
And then just seeing how deteriorated he is from the events, and ultimately is the speaker that the council allows that approves the aid of the Water Tribe, which also the sheer size of the council themselves felt very eldritch in its scale of these like deep sea creatures at such a gigantic scale, it being like such this ancient society with long-standing rituals. Like one of them has like the cuff piercings with the robe tassels. Very cool.
One of many mythological elements in this movie that extremely worked for me. James was not afraid to go very weird and interesting. We heard some of the whale communication in the second one, but he takes it a step further by having like inter-whale communication, and then just like even more of that dialogue that I thought was really cool. So yeah, I'm with you. Like the whale designs are very interesting, and it was just very heartwarming to see people stick up for Payakan, and like to have a director in James Cameron like devoting a lot of time to Lowak trying to rescue his friend. And not only that, people try and rescue Lowak as well. Lowak's girlfriend, as well as the people that used to bully him and nearly killed him. They risked their own lives trying to save Lowak as well. This movie is all about like reconnecting and having the ability to change course, reconnect, which is again going back to Quaritch, one of the things that Jake was trying to do there. Just like this movie is all about trying to reconnect with what they lost and what was like tarnished in the second movie. And I like seeing Lowak, again, without his big brother figure, still have a core group of friends supporting him. I thought that was very sweet, and I liked seeing that focus in there. But yeah, we saw it in the trailers, but the whole council sequence with all the whales, incredibly stunning as well. Like the sunset, the look at everything, which is really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, man. I'd be remiss not to talk about the very interesting choice of having Spider's biology change.
How have we not talked about that yet? Yes. Yeah. Wow. I did not see this coming at all. Fascinating. Deeply fascinating. And it connects to Neytiri's arc in this movie as well about like, allowing herself, not even allowing herself, because she was trying to really get in with Awa. Awa was kind of like rejecting her, right? For some reason.
In the showed perspective of Kiri, yeah, it's like every time she tried to get close, like the storm within the vision would push her away, and then she would enter a seizure every time.
Yeah,
to almost lethal degrees with how often it was happening. But then that does lead to a very powerful climax when connecting in both Spider and Took the younger sister in to help her push forward on E. Very beautiful, and was very intriguing because we kind of got a glimpse of Awa herself.
Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about here. Spider's transformation and finally seeing Awa, which looked like a
human, almost.
What'd you get? Like it was like a bald Navi. I couldn't tell. I need to see this again.
It was still very. I thought it did, but it was also very like obscured from a side angle. So that's intentional, right? You don't want to.
It was very funny because it was like from our perspective, or from what's it, Kiri? From Kiri's perspective, it was like it was like she was like behind her head, and the head was like turning around, like side eyeing Kiri a little bit, so we couldn't get a good like look at it. But it looked like a Navi to me, but without the braids, like it did look humanoid to a degree as well. So I don't know. That was fascinating. That was crazy. I was like, but I love when that's also a big like Evan seal of approval, like seeing the physical embodiment of like the mystery of this world. I just had this happen in this one anime I'm watching. It was like, what happens when you reach the sky and you see like this big creature like you've never seen before? And it's just like, wow, like that's so cool. We finally get the embodiment of something that we've been praying for, recollecting, and talking about the entire franchise so far. I think that was a very cool next step in the franchise. And it reminded me how, was it Way of Water or this movie that was originally called like The Seed Bearer? Do you remember that shit?
Yes, I believe this one was The Seed Bearer.
This one was the Seed Bearer, and they mentioned that in this movie. It was like I think they call Kiri the Seed Bearer or somebody.
At the very least, talking about
Kiri's birth. Yeah. They literally talk about how like your birth was the Seed Bearer. Like, it makes a lot of sense. I made fun of the title then because it's a bad title, James. But Seed Bearer Seed Bearer is probably better than Wreckage of Time.
Wow.
But I do like it because, like, yeah, this movie is kind of not emotionally, but like I guess you could say emotionally predicated on Kiri's journey, her connection to Awa, her family and friends believing in her. Like, just seeing that gives Jake an even bigger urgency to connect with Quaritch, like we talked about, because he sees it and he like, okay, do you see this shit, dude? Like, do you see this Quaritch? Like, you gotta trust in Awa, man. And then, but yeah, like having Kiri try so hard to connect, and then for it to eventually work in the third act was a very good evolution of her journey. But yeah, just seeing her going back, rescuing, saving Spider, because I wasn't gonna be worried. Like I was gonna go the whole movie with like gas max, like well, how is that going to effectively work on a storytelling level? But to have him learn to breathe, insane, and it made for a great like new kind of interesting MacGuffin where it's like if they get a hold of him, if they can reverse engineer this shit, we're in trouble. And you know, I'm like the black and white guy. I'm like, okay, Spider, it's time for you to. We might have to, you know.
That's what Jake does in this movie, or gets
like
the mindset of
pull a roadie. Yeah. But yeah, like I thought that was him, like Spider. And you know, I go back and forth on his acting, but just the way he realized that he can actually breathe air felt very natural and very like how any young kid would respond to that. Be like, oh, I can breathe now. Like, holy, my whole life changes now.
Especially in the greater context that because of the mask hindrance, he was being sent away to the air tribe for better chance at survival. But now with this uncovered, it's like, oh yeah, I don't have to leave my family anymore. Like this is wonderful news, and everybody's excited. He's alive, and he could stay theoretically. This is wonderful, and then the plot continues.
Yeah. Like it's wonderful, but then Jake and Yatiri immediately are like.
It is a great shot. A great shot where they're all like, a great shot where they're all hugging together. They're super excited, and then you just see from the background, just like the flames start to come from the sky.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, what's gonna happen? It was so interesting. I didn't see this plot development happening, but yeah, it makes everything again fearful for if they ever can reverse engineer that.
Yeah, that was especially like it was especially interesting because like at first I'm like, okay, interesting that like it's like a symbiosis of a quote unquote parasite that's infiltrated his system that are keeping each other alive for the better on both parts and with no bad effects. But then the fact that he started to grow one of the braids to actually be able to connect, that flipped everything on its head for me. I was like, oh my god, what this is especially interesting and especially dangerous again if it falls into the wrong hands, but then made for something so beautiful for the final shot.
Yeah, like it could be so dangerous for the humans to ever get that kind of technology to be able to connect with AWA for their own nefarious ends. And also, it could just look very goofy to have like a human have that kind of Navi braid thing. But it worked here. Like, I admire how weird James got into this, where it's like, oh yeah, in the back of his head, he's also growing the Navi braid. I'm like, that's extremely weird, but I'm fully with it. And yeah, like you said, it makes the climax of the movie with him connecting with Neytiri or with Kiri, and what took very emotional and heartwarming to be able to be like, hey, these are the past people. Like, hey, they really think that you belong here. Your Spider. And because this movie is all about like belonging, like going over that hump of grief and pain. Like, where are you in the next chapter of your life? Like, this is, you are with us. You are with us. The family is coming back together slowly but surely. Like getting over that hump of anger and grief. Like, and I just thought this movie was so special that way.
Yeah, and just the imagery of like the final shot where Spider's being reached out to by everybody in the realm of the afterlife that was lost, which was like really wild to see as well. Like everybody that was lost in the first movie and the second, like all coming around for Spider, which like is a great like stepping stone because, you know, even though Jake, also human, accepted into this world, he ultimately fully embodied a Navi with his avatar. But here, they fully accepted a human as a part of them completely, despite all of the carnage that the human race has brought upon Pandora. It just shows like what is achievable if we lay down the weapons and greed.
Exactly. 100%. So I love that. Also, I love the back when he was transforming, just like the way the sticky texture, like the webbing that was all around his body. I just loved that. It was very weird and stuff. It was very cool.
Very cool. It made it like very clear. It's like, yeah, you cannot operate to get this removed. You cannot without killing him.
Yeah, like it was like physically all around his body. It felt like some like
it's a nervous system.
Shit. Yeah, like he had to come out of a cocoon basically. So yeah, but yeah, man, this movie it's excellent. There's so many strong character moments. I really liked Loak's journey, like going through the waves. It felt like watching like the perfect storm. Like there's a shot where he's like over like this huge wave, and it's just him and his own little creature, and it's just like, wow,
so good,
so stunning.
I also love the beautiful moment that he repairs his grandfather's bow to get back to the TV.
Yes, that was very special as well. Speaking of that, yeah, like we're repairing the grandfather's bow, and which is a connection to the first movie, and also Jake. This movie really emphasized Jake being, I don't know the term, but like being the dragon rider. Like he goes back and gets the dragon. That's awesome.
It's really good. The title of Turuk Makto, which he doesn't want to be, because he knows every time he rides that the beast itself brings upon blood and carnage and death, and it's something he wants to walk away from. That's the whole thing of Way of Water. When he went to the Water Tribe, he's like, I've left war behind. This is, I want to have peace for my family.
Yeah.
And so the fact that this is another stepping stone, we know how much power is in the title, and it's why he ultimately has to do it. But like he hates that he has to. And even when the Water Tribe, who he's become very friendly with, refer to him as Turok Makto, he's like, please don't call me that. I'm your friend, Jake. Please don't acknowledge me as such.
That was very nice as well. But it's another emphasis on one of the main themes about like even using something that can be used for like carnage and evil, something like guns, like the technology, but using it for like good reason, using it for her own like defense rather than like carnage, just like the Fire and Ash and Varang was using it. Like they want to see the world burn, but it's the complete opposite for Jake. And seeing that clash in this movie was just so awesome. And once again, she is just incredible. Una Chaplin was just one of the big scene stealers. It's a big emphasis on like why some performances in these movies deserve some bigger recognition, because she was an incredible supporting character in this movie. Great action, great stuff. Like this movie just really rocked my world. I think I gave it like a 4.5. 4.5. It can go up to a 5 if I see it more times, but it's so great. I'm so happy. For me, it just didn't have the like. If it had like more of an emotional hit at the end of the movie, I would have raised it up. But like even then, I think where they end off with the family and reconnecting was just very heartwarming as well. It's a different type of emotion.
Absolutely. I also like the bookend with the older brother that we lost last movie. Like the opening, I initially was like, oh, this is an interesting flashback. This probably gonna, wake up in a cold sweat. But then it was like, no, he's visiting him in the afterlife, and even the spirit itself is asking him, how did I die? Because this is ultimately a memory, but also the living essence, and it's just so deep. And I think it creates like a great level of the grieving process of like you effectively are extending your grief period by not fully letting go. But it also is a healthy balance where it's like, I know I can't physically have them with me for like these new memories and times, but I can visit them and still feel okay knowing that they're gone, because I know they're in a safe place. Sisters, this with Awa.
100%. Like just that understanding is the payoff that we needed.
And then by the bookend, when Spider and everybody gets to visit, and it's like everything's wonderful.
It's so great with Varang and Quaritch still in the background. Oh, but before we leave off, Avatar 4 is coming out like 2029.
Yeah, that's the rumor right
now. And then Avatar 5 like in 2031. So they're probably going to film these next two back to back. If James wants to do these, he wants to do that one nuclear war movie thing. But there's like the rumor that Avatar 5, or maybe it's from James himself or somebody that said like Avatar 4 or 5, we could go back to Earth. Maybe Avatar 5, which
but Earth's terrible.
What?
But Earth is terrible.
It is terrible, and I'm curious, like, given where this movie left off, I don't know how we could naturally go back to Earth. Like, what would be the impetus to do that? Unless, like, they successfully take his DNA, Spider's DNA, and they head to Earth, and we have to go back there and follow them to make sure it can't be replicated. Like, take the fight to them, maybe? I don't know.
This feels like when we talk about the Alien franchise post-resurrection. It's like, you can't go back to Earth. It sucks.
Yeah, we don't want to do that at all, So yeah, that was just a lingering thought in my head. Like, I wonder where these movies can possibly go. But yeah, but also we know we're going to get a time skip because like they filmed this movie like technically they filmed this movie like 8 to 10 years ago. So I'm curious to see like what a time skip looks like in this universe, and how things have changed in that time span. So
yeah,
I'm curious. Because there seems to be like a tentative peace now. I mean, at least the military is going to need some time to recover, so that makes sense. But like the fire and ash, maybe they've had some like a couple of skirmishes here and there. But yeah, I'm very curious to see where we pick up possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Nice.
Great movie. Good answer.
Except it was a good answer. Yeah, I think I'm going to see it again because before I rank it, that is, because I don't have it ranked currently.
Same here. So I want to see that again, but I also want to see Marty Supreme. I'm seeing that Christmas Day.
I do want to see Marty Supreme, but I have no doubt it's getting the Best Picture nomination, so I'll watch it at the Best Picture showcase.
Yeah, you said they did a showcase last year, right? You said they stopped.
Yeah, they stopped. Like from COVID for a few years, they stopped, and they stopped a lot of like forms of marathons and double features for AMC. But now we're back in the swing of things, and they did it the last couple of years, or maybe this was the first year back. I think this was the first year back, and which it was wonderful to get back to. So. Yeah, it usually happens the last week of February. It's usually like it's the second. It's broken up into 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays. The second Saturday is always the Saturday right before the Oscars, the day before.
Okay. Oh, also before we go, I gotta admit, like seeing this movie, 3 hours, 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm locked. I'm invested. I'm in it. I have never seen the Lord of the Rings extended editions. I know you and Carson make fun of me for all that shit, but like they are re-releasing these next month.
Oh, are they?
My AMC app like reminded me, and I'm like, you know what? It might be time to go back to Middle Earth, at least on the big screen. I don't think I've seen. Let me try to see. I don't think I've seen any Lord of the Rings movie on the big screen.
Oh.
I don't think so. Have I? I don't think so.
War of the Rohirrim.
I saw War of the Rohirrim, yes.
Any Hobbits?
Oh, duh. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen every Hobbit movie. So, yeah, I haven't seen the OG trilogy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I watched all of them like from the comfort of my own home because I have like all the DVDs, but I don't have the extended edition DVDs. I haven't watched them because I just never was a Lord of the Rings person. But I love the Rings of Power series, especially season 2. And War of the Rohirrim was okay, but that lore, that world is so inviting. So I might dip my toes. And I feel like I just have more time after work these days. Like I'm not as stressed. I don't know why. My new job, I feel more like the last 2 years, I felt so exhausted. Like I just did not want to see a movie on a weekday. But now, like I've been seeing movies are going like Monday. Like I saw No Other Choice in IMAX 2 Mondays ago. I went to go see like a Crunchyroll anime winter special this past Monday. That was really cool. I saw the first couple episodes of some new anime coming out next month. So cool shit. So just wanted to tell the audience that people watch.
Oh yeah. Are you were you gonna go to see Stranger Things in theaters?
I don't think so. I think I'll watch it from the comfort of my own.
Don't go, Ted wins.
Wait, if I don't go, Ted wins?
Yeah, and if you do go, Ted still gets your money, but he sees the importance of the actual experience.
I think they'll be fine. I think every screening is like sorted out from like 8 to 10 at my place. But and also, I just feel like I want to. I'm so used to every year of my life staying home on New Year's Eve. I don't want to go out on New Year's Eve. It feels weird. I don't know. That's just me.
But going out on Thanksgiving and Christmas is normal.
Normal as hell.
That's weird. That's weird to me.
Normal as hell.
But then again, I don't have like family that wants to go out on those holidays. But like New Year's is like the most expected going out day.
Is it?
Usually. It's like
I guess
New Year's Eve and such.
New Year's Day, yeah. New Year's Day I can see, but like the show's coming out on New Year's Eve, right? So
I remember going to see Rogue One on New Year's Day for my third screening.
Oh, nice. You want a cookie? Oatmeal raisin? You good for that? You picky ass.
Yeah, I'm the picky one. Who was talking? Steady IV drip of lemonade and fucking sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles, yeah. So okay, that's about it. You can catch me at AWA. I'm kidding.
At AWA?
AWA. Catch me at Harris EV9. So yeah, it's been a lot of finales. I thought I heard an echo for a second. A lot of great finales. I just watched what was it? A couple anime finales, but also The Mighty Nine on Amazon Prime. Please watch that if you are a fan of like Vox Machina and all that great shit. This first season was really, really strong. I'm loving the world building, the political intrigue, and the character relationships are excellent on The Mighty Nine. They just wrapped season 1, and we want as many, we want Amazon to realize how well the show is doing so they can get season 2, 3, 4, 5, however many long seasons it needs. Hopefully Vox Machina can like hold us off between Mighty Nine season 1 and season 2. Vox Machina hopefully coming out next year. I don't know when that's coming. But otherwise, yeah. And then Pluribus, the show I am absolutely obsessed with. It usually comes out on Thursdays, but it has a finale coming out one day earlier, or maybe 2 days earlier, because it's coming out on Wednesday now, which means you can see it Tuesday at 9. So tomorrow at 9. And then beyond that, Percy Jackson, episode 4 this week is going to be a good sea battle. I can't wait to see what goes on there. This is Walker's favorite episode. Oh, also, they casted some major players for Percy Jackson season 3. Confirmed Jesse L. Martin, who played Iris West's dad, is now confirmed to be playing Frederick Chase, a supporting character, and of course the father of Annabeth Chase. Annabeth has talked about him in the past. He wasn't the best father. She even told Percy in season 2 that, she went back to her father's place with his new, step daughters, and she didn't have that much fun. So you get the vision that, Frederick Chase isn't the best father. What's going on with him? So he's going to be a more of a pitiful character in season 3. But also, most importantly, they casted the villain for season 3, Atlas. Atlas, the Titan Atlas, wants his revenge on Olympus, and he's targeting Camp Half-Blood, and they casted Holt McKinley from Mindhunter, The Iron Claw, Mission Impossible. You've seen him in a ton of things. He is amazing. He has just an evil presence, and I can't
Justice League.
He is in that. Oh no!
It's the most random. He's like fucking thug number 3 in Gotham that Batman gets.
How did that happen? He got Holt to be
That's
like a thug number 3. That's wild.
In the reshoot process, like what a waste of cat. That was probably around Mindhunter, right? Like maybe a year before.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, and Holt was so good in Mission Impossible this year. It's like, you gave him a freighter. So good shit. So yeah, Atlas is one of my favorite villains in the saga, in this first, Lightning Thief saga. And he is one of the reasons people talk about like the Titan's Curse. It's called the Titan's Curse for a reason, right? Atlas, Titan's Curse.
Yeah.
If people know the story of Atlas, the guy who has to hold up the sky. You're
referring to J. Daniel Atlas.
Yes. Jesse Eisenberg, baby, is back. But yeah.
Who would you cast Jesse Eisenberg as in the Percy Jackson series?
People would hate me. I'd be like, he could be Apollo. But no, Apollo's be like this good-looking god. But I don't know.
Bad looking?
He's not that bad looking, but he's not like, you don't look at Jesse Eisenberg and think like handsome devil.
I look at J. Daniel Atlas like that.
He might think of himself as that, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's one of the reasons that people look at the Titan's Curse as a turning point for the franchise where it gets darker for many reasons. And just like what he does in season 3, book 3 is pretty dark and pretty interesting. So I can't wait to see the tone switch for season 3. And Holt is one of the many reasons, or Holt / Atlas is going to be one of the many reasons people are going to want to tune in. But anyways, again, find me on Twitter, Harris EV9, talking all things Percy Jackson, Marvel, and everything in between. Avatar, Awa, all that shit. Nathan, where can they find your Florida behind?
Dox me, why don't you? I'm just kidding. You follow me.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Sorry.
Fuck. I'm drinking my Arrowhead water. No, you find me at _TimeBlazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
That's me playing Ben, who I think would get along with Farang. Yes or no? I think I would. Cool. She's cool people. Give her a chance.
You're saying you think you can fix her?
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Pulling the courage, are you?
I'm gonna put on the on that red. Yeah, shit. Hell yeah. Season 3, baby.
No, I don't think Ben give her the time of day at all. Seeing this,
I tried.
Like we're not fucking with this. We're not doing this.
That's in the Time Blizzard reshoot. We just gotta fix it.
Yeah. Imagine reshoots on an animated property. Yes. All right, well, you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like button, subscribe now. Ring the bell so you miss coverage on all things movie and TV. That being said, hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.